Howdy, howdy, howdy. How are you on this Monday, beginning of your week? How are you feeling today? I've been meaning to talk about um, October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I get a sip of my tea, sorry. I love you. And yeah, so we have to have awareness around it. We need to be educated about it and be in the know about it. Maybe you've had breast cancer, a lump, you've known somebody who've had breast cancer, who survived from it, who hasn't survived from it. So a lot of people, just like a lot of things, right? It starts with that responsibility of us and taking care of, at what part can we, do our part. So today I just really wanted to hold some beautiful space for everybody who has gone through this journey. And even if you haven't gone through the journey, you're in the ripple effect of this earth of a lot of people who have gone through the journey, right? Our breasts are our nutrients, in Pachamama, Mother of Earth, breast milk of life. Doesn't matter if you were breastfed or not, or if you breastfed your children or not. The breasts are still the most, the nurturing part of who we are as an earthling, right? We can give food. So just that beautiful place and space, right? And the front of our body is the giver. So the front of us is the nurture. Excuse me. The nutrients. It's been a little bit of a rough morning, I'm not gonna lie. How was your Monday so far? So I'm wearing my little protective necklace from, all the electronics. So so my key is, it's usually tucked in somewhere on my body. So I think I'll just put it right in front of the computer. And, that key to our heart, right? That key to our nutrients. What do you need? So masculine, feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter, which one you are. You still have to be aware of self-examinations. Men and women can get breast cancer, can get lumps. So it's more in women, but men do get it. So it is something that we need to make sure that we're doing at least once a month. So you can be doing a breast exam in the shower, standing up, lying down, it doesn't matter. So in a little bit, I will, a lot of people don't even know how to perform a breast exam. So I will, with my clothes on, show you how to perform a breast exam. Now, I have personally had a lump removed in my one of my breasts, and have very cystic breast. So I had to change my lifestyle years ago. I had to change some things that I was eating and drinking. So caffeine is a big trigger. Dairy is a big trigger. So my caffeine is very, very minimal. And then when I do, it's some tea, but I usually drink caffeine free tea. And then my dairy is extremely, extremely minimal. I usually save it for certain special occasions or something like that. So taking in consideration of what nutrients you're putting inside of you, or what you might think are nutrients, but then turn into toxic, and then don't work well with maybe your chemistry. So again, this is very individualized, but if you tend to have certain things in your family bloodline, then you have to take even more precautions. So I want you to just hold space for yourself right now. The front of our body, that mother, whether again you're feminine, masculine, or non-gender. I always forget to say that, so I apologize. The front of our body is still the it's the giver. The back of our body is the receiver. So by remembering daily to, stop and to give to yourself, then that's the place where when we fill up with all those beautiful nutrients and breathe in all that beauty, then we can, go and give out to the world. But when it's usually the ones that are, holding on the inside, not, giving to self, just giving outside, you tend to have some issues in the tissues in certain areas. So the time when I had a lump in my breast, I was definitely an over giver, server, and not taking balanced in, or, I was very imbalanced in taking care of myself. So I've had to learn how to hold space for myself. I've had to learn how to nurture myself. So like I had a rough morning or rough afternoon yesterday and a little bit of a rough morning this morning. And I decided in that rough time that I had to grab a hold of it and nurture myself in it. Otherwise, it's just going to keep doing a same spin, a same spin. So today I thought we'd do a little bit of breathing. And one of my guides said this morning, make sure you teach them the silent scream. So kind of appropriate, Halloween-y, month of October. So when we're holding things in, so I guess we'll start out with that today. When we're holding things in, it can fester inside of us. It can turn into lumps and clumps and diseases, because disease is dis-ease, right? So there are times when, hey, we can't say it to somebody, or we shouldn't say it to somebody, but we can't hold it on the inside. And I'm very vocal about talking in my house to myself and around my yard or around my house and getting it out. I might walk up to a picture. I might walk up to creator in a picture and just having a conversation. But again, where people say, oh, I'm lonely, I don't have anybody to talk to. Well, there's always the divine just waiting patiently for a conversation, a stop. And inhale and exhale. And sometimes creator might say, you need to laugh, you need to lighten up, you need to scream, you need to yell, you need to go for a walk, you need to go for a jog, you need to stand in place and jog, you need to jump rope, you need to hula hoop, you need to dance, you need to kick your feet around. And it's the place where the old temper tantrum used to take over, but you're changing that temper tantrum into a different movement to transform it into something good, right? So going from a low vibration up to a high vibration. So that's why in yoga we say root to rise. So root in faith and then rise up out of any situation, right? So sometimes when we're like in public or we're around somebody or we're on the phone with somebody or whatever, you can't scream. You can't really talk to yourself. So I invented, of course, with creator, as we all have done this. I didn't invent it, but I made sure that I do it, is the silent scream, right? So you can put your hands over your mouth. You don't have to put your hands over your mouth. Whatever you do. Sometimes I just don't put my hands on my face, but I'll put it just around and just to get the energy out. But I feel like I just need to hold myself just a little bit just to support myself. So here's one silent scream. So that was a big one, right? So now breathe. Fill up that heart. So you can open up your jaws even a little bit more on that exhale. So like I had to have a tooth pulled this summer. I'm saving up my money to get this $4,000 bridge thing that I need, replacement, right? So sometimes when I get frustrated because I want my tooth back, I scream But even better is if you go look in Google the emotions in your teeth. Each tooth has a emotion, right? So I went and looked up what this emotion is. The book, The Subtle Body, is a really good book. It has a lot of good information, and that one's in there. So I looked up what that was. No coincidence. So what your teeth are saying, what your jaws are saying, is dripping down into your throat, that's dipping down into your heart, that's dipping into the nutrients, nutritious nutrients of your soul, right? Of your divine life. So if we're clenching our teeth and we're holding it in, I had a four-wheeling accident, so I landed on my head about 20 years ago, and it's where my pinched nerve is, that's where my broken tooth was, and eventually, it came up to surface. So sometimes we think, oh, that was so long ago, but in our tissues, unless we clean, are constantly cleaning up ourselves, then it's the issues in our tissues. Okay? So I know that we're going to be out of time here shortly. So I thought breast cancer awareness. Remember, you can give your little jaws some breath, throat some breath, heart, nutrients, okay? So they say, like when male, female, non-gender, you've been to the doctor, you're laying on the table, usually have you put one arm up, so you're lying on your back, and, obviously the nipple's right here, again, and you firmly go around your breast, right? Now I'm going fast, but so you're going to check to see, and I like to go like this, right? The massager in me, and feel, I can kind of feel around, like, and even in deeper into the layers. And remember, some people's breast tissue goes up like wings up here. So don't just be here. I want you to go on the side. I want you to go up into your armpit. I want you to go around your clavicle. I want you to find, and I want you to go slow. Go slow. And if there's any pain in there, or non-pain, or a lump, if the lump is even just like a tiny little minute, you can even feel into your neck. And make sure you do the other side. So again, if you're in the shower, or lying down, or sitting in front of your desk. So like this side is where I had that lump removed. So I just got a little twinge, right? Because there's scar tissue in there. So I try to break up my scar tissue as well and keep that down. But there might, there was a time a couple years ago I had a concern that I was like, oh, I don't think that's scar tissue. So I had to have a mammogram and an ultrasound. So that's my routine, is yearly I have to have a mammogram and an ultrasound, right? So this is something that you need to be doing once a month. You need to, and so again, go over into the side area, go up into, you guys, come on, get up. You guys, men, do this too. Get up into your armpit, and then go around your clavicle, go in here. These are our scalene muscles. These are our breathing muscles. So take a breath in here and feel. Feel up into your neck. Feel underneath your jaw, right? So you're the doctor, the pre-doctor. We all are the doctor, and then if we need something, then we're gonna, take it to that next level, right? I'm almost giving myself a massage right there. So circling around, do it a couple of times. I don't care if you think, I don't know, I'm just not sure. Go to the doctor. You can even go to a walk-in clinic or something like that, right? So if you can't get into yours, but you're really concerned, and remember that we have professionals for a reason. We have care for a reason. We have help for a reason. And it's time to, get in there. So I want to, just love on all the people that loved on me through my sister's breast cancer a few years ago. And, she's still checking herself and making, sure that, she's doing her part. Want to give a big shout out to Linda Summers Robbins, who's a breast cancer survivor of over 10 years and who fought the good fight. Please link your name below if you have gone through it, you're a survivor, you're going through it, you need some help. You've had people pass from it, you're still grieving, how can I support you? And then maybe put a message below, do you do your early detections? Are you doing a monthly detection? Do you do a monthly self-care? And if you need some help, then holler for help. The part is that when we're not asking for help, then that's when the disease starts. So remember to breathe every breath, every minute, every hour, every day, every way, and know that you are amazing, loved, and I will see y'all tomorrow.